what do we have our eyes on? What is the single most fascinating storyline or team heading into the offseason?
Let's go, Sean.
Super Bowl
Come on, Sean.
champion.
Look, we always start with the defending Super Bowl champ, so I'm going to go from a year ago.
Okay.
The defending Super Bowl champion, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. After they win it, Bruce Arians, Tom Brady, hey, let's win 2. They start talking about the repeat. And then they went on to sign and re-sign all of their free agents. All 22. Never been done before in the history of the NFL. They all came back. So my eyes are on the Bucs this year. No Tom Brady, unless Schrags gives us breaking news here during the show. But now all of a sudden, those free agents that they were able to keep, now they've got a huge list. Look at the list of free agents right now for the Bucs that they're going to lose, possibly via free agency. And so I'm looking at seeing who are you going to keep? Ryan Jensen? Yeah, I'm starting off with the center, the offensive lineman. Gronk's a free agent. Godwin coming off the knee injury as well. Both running backs right there, Fournette and Jones. I mean, this is a lot. Like Tom Brady is in one conversation, and then now it's all right. You're BA. You got to reload. How do you find a way to make your roster competitive again if you lose all of these guys? So, of course, everybody's going to be on tilt listening for Tom Brady, who said never say never, so we're going to be listening to that. But this team right now could look drastically different from top to bottom.
And I think the quarterback position is probably even more important than all those free agents.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, if it's not Brady, is it going to be Blaine Gabbert next year starting?
Kyle Trask?
Is it going to be Kyle Trask? Is it going to be Ryan Griffin?
Jimmy Garoppolo?
Could you go for Jimmy? It's all in the ether, and it's a great point. And to think that Tampa, the last time we had the draft combine, they were working behind the scenes at the combine to get Brady.
Yeah.
And now here we are. We've missed a year of the combine. We're coming back, and they're going to have to work again. It's interesting. We go to the team that we saw a press conference from yesterday announcing their new head coach, the Minnesota Vikings. I think the Vikings are fascinating. They've got a lot of talent on that roster. Justin Jefferson and Harrison Smith are 2 of the best players in the league. Adam Thielen's really good. Kirk Cousins could play quarterback. And yet they've missed the playoffs the last couple of years. They've kind of been this mediocre team. The NFC is ripe for the picking. The Vikings are fascinating to me as they bring in a youth influx at coach and GM, replacing Mike Zimmer and Rick Spielman. You get Kwesi and you get Kevin O'Connell. They were asked about Kirk Cousins yesterday. I thought this was pretty curious. Take a listen.
Can you guys, with all the rumors swirling around, can you say that Kirk Cousins will definitely be the Vikings quarterback in 2022?
Well, I know he's under contract, and I'm excited to coach him. We've already started thinking about how we're going to build those systems for him and our other quarterbacks, and really our, the tremendous skill group we have, our guys up front. It takes all 11 to move the football on offense, to run it, to throw it, to score points in the red zone. But I'm anticipating Kirk being a part of what we do.
Yeah, just to reiterate, I'm excited that he's excited to coach him and lead him, and we're focused on building the team around him that set us up to succeed the best we can.
Okay. So that seems like he's our guy. Is he your guy?
God, look at that.
Gosh!
Yowza.
Yuck! Yuck!
Look at Matt Ryan. Wow.
Yuck!
How about Deshaun Watson paid that money?
I forgot Deshaun Watson for a second. $45 million for Kirk Cousins. 20%.
It's a lot.
Danielle Hunter's a free agent. What are we going to do with him? They got to pick up his option before this thing. Everyone says, well, they'll restructure. Sean, you played the game. You signed a contract.
Yeah.
Do you have to restructure because everyone says you should restructure? Or could Kirk Cousins dig his feet and be like, no. I'm under contract. You paid me that.
Yep.
You signed me. I would have signed with another team. I think it's fascinating because this team is right there. Cousins is going to be making 20% of the salary cap. It seems like O'Connell and Cousins had a great relationship in Washington, and one of the reasons they like it because Cousins was, and we love Kirk Cousins as a guy. I don't know if we love him for $45 million on the cap, and yet, is it in the team's right to say, hey, you should take less? No. Classic case of, you signed this deal too, Yeah. Fascinated how this plays out. Can't wait to see because they've got to build a team around him, as they all said. And if he's your guy, which he is, then you got to Kellen Mond, who you drafted in the 3rd round. And what if he doesn't say, yeah, sure, I'll take $20 million less, or I'll take $10 million less? Like, why should he do that?
Well, only if they add a couple of years on. Like, hey, sure, we'll structure it. Let's kick the can down the road a little bit. I'll take a little less this
Then
year
you're
for
committed to Kirk
2 more
Cousins
years
for a
of
couple more years.
guaranteed money. Like, his whole contract was guaranteed.
Yeah, so we'll see.
It's further complicated by how difficult it is to describe how good Cousins is. If you have to describe it in one word, it's almost impossible. Because I think the word good is not sufficient.
What would you do it?
I don't know. I think he's better than good, but I wouldn't say he's great. It's very difficult. His legacy and identity in the league, and like if you're ranking quarterbacks, that whole drill, which I'm sure we'll do in the offseason, like I don't even know where you put him. Sometimes he's excellent.
I want to
So maybe the word is complicated.
I know.
Wait, go ahead.
I want to be like, would you rather have Dak or Cousins?
I can't talk about the Cowboys right now.
If Rodgers leaves, would you rather have Cousins or go really? Then are you more like shoot for the moon? Let's go get somebody even
That's a
greater.
great question. Like, can we win? Like, that's a great point. Like
Like, if
Rodgers is
he's
out of Green
gone?
Bay. It's ours right there. Got to keep Cousins.
Can
right?
Cousins maybe? Or are you like, this is our moment, let's go?
I'd rather have Cousins than Dak.
I'd take Dak.
Rather have Cousins than Dak.
Yes, the Cowboys.
Wow.
There's a guy that nobody wants, I don't think, but I can't quit. I can't quit Baker Mayfield.
Nice.
I'm fascinated by him as a person. And I'm going to talk about the Browns as my most interesting team for a lot of reasons. A year ago, Stefanski's Coach of the Year. Baker ended the curse. He's the future. He's never mind all that jersey with the names on the back. It's all over. The nuclear winter that Cleveland's been in is over. With every single game that the Rams won, Baker and the Browns looked worse. They were the punchline. They were the butt of jokes about Odell and that whole way that thing ended. What's Baker's future?
Yeah.
Is Baker 1 year from now looking for a backup job? Or is he had another resurrection and the Browns said, never mind, we are going to extend you? Is he Mitch Trubisky? Or is he this guy who's going to prove it? Because all anybody wants to talk about, including us as a show, is when his back's against the wall, that's when Baker is the best. Well, the bricks are scraping the back of his. He is there pushing him against the wall. And I just can't wait to see where this goes. They have the 13th pick in the draft, all kinds of questions. Now the Bengals are the next best thing in the AFC North. So you call upon people whose opinion you trust, including professional wrestling sensation Mike "The Miz" Mizanin, who is a Browns fan, who came on our show last week and had this to say about Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield, keep it real. Go ahead. What do you want to say about him?
I want competition. I want competition. I want the Browns to either draft someone in the 3rd round, or I want them to go out and get Jimmy G. I don't care what they have to do. Baker needs some competition because when Baker's back is up against the wall, when Baker has a chip on his shoulder, he is a dangerous Baker Mayfield.
Let's go.
Give him a wide receiver 1 in our 1st round in the draft, and let's go.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. We're going to the Super Bowl next year.
That's the guy right there. That's the guy. We love The Miz, and he's a Browns fan from day one. I will only say this. Last year at this time, they were the it team. They were so exciting. Browns this, Browns that. This year, you will not hear, but it's all in that division alone. It's all the Bengals. It's Lamar, and it's what are the Steelers going to do? Baker, maybe it'd be the perfect situation from him, but we'll find out. Browns.
Those Browns fans just saw Odell go.
I know.
Win a Super Bowl. That locker room just saw Juice Landry still in that locker room. Just saw his boy just win a Super Bowl. So lots of expectations, even though it might be quiet. How about what are the Niners doing? I look at the Niners and I think their window is now. So you have Jimmy G. So I guess you're trading him somewhere in the offseason. Okay, so let's say that happens. Trey Lance has to be Mahomes, basically. Because you look at Jimmy, say what you want about him. What he did for this team, he took him to an NFC title game in his full 2 years as a Niners starter and a Super Bowl, by the way. If you move on from him, the impact has to be that and more right away. It's very Stafford Goffy, if you ask me, right? Yeah. You have to. The team's built to win now. You got to take them further than they've gone to make it worth it. There was like a Zapruder film. Did you guys see this? This video circulating yesterday from a Niners practice. Trey Lance, very Mahomes-esque like throw. Niners fans are going crazy. So it just pointed out to me everything that Trey Lance does, everything Jimmy G does is going to be absolutely scrutinized every step of the way when they get this right. But they have to win now, Shriggs. What are they doing? And where's Jimmy G going?
Right? You got to think they're going to trade him outside the conference.
Probably.
Do they care that much about him? Like Rodgers, I get it. They care that if he's in the NFC East or something.
If he goes to Tampa, are they really just shaking in their boots? I don't know.
I don't know either.
He will be traded, though, right?
Is Lance ready? Is Lance ready to lead? It's not ready to start. Is he ready to lead this team to a Super Bowl? Because it's going to be similar to what the Rams are facing.
Joe Montana went on Kevin Clark's
What'd he
podcast,
say?
and he said he's hearing from Niners players that Trey Lance is not ready. That was the thing that happened last week. And
That's not good.
And they're saying
I said that during the postseason, and people crushed me for it.
Well, we didn't see
him.
him.
Not there, and I'm like, guys.
Yeah.
Well, and let's not forget.
I don't have to be an insider to know, like, you'd get him involved in some way in in these big games to use him, and he's not ready. So, but there's no room for growing pains, Kyle. With this team,
let's not forget they lose
it.
Mike McDaniel to Miami, their offensive coordinator. So look, Kyle Shanahan, great coach, great, but Mike McDaniel was layering things in that offense and getting all kinds of creative movements and shifts and formations.
Then don't move on from him, because I don't know if you're going to have instant success with Trey Lance. Or is there another chip to fall somewhere? Hey, with that.
Never know with Johnny Lynch.